Good morning. So, welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 4. Because it's only 7 days in self-love, it's really interesting. It's interesting. We're almost coming to an end. I have decided on March. It feels really early to be deciding on March, but this is March. March is going to be promises. It's all about holding deep integrity and holding your word. Something about, I'll give you more information. It's something that I'm deepening into, something that I'm really aligning to. Sinead, my awesome sister, she's doing a life coaching course. I was saying that, and they read the book, The 4 Agreements, and it just reminded me of the deep and powerful integrity that we can hold with our word, with our intention, with our thoughts. And I went, oh, that's a really interesting one. So yes, so promises for the month of March. And so self-love. Yeah, when I think of self-love, I have to cultivate massive structures within myself to hold myself. It's not a place I go to naturally. I think that thing in Ireland, oh, she really loves herself. Like that's like that's an insult in Ireland. Like, when I start thinking about that it's not considered a wholesome thing somehow in old Ireland to love yourself. And so I'm rebelling against those old conditionings, the old writing on the wall. And I'm just saying, yeah, I really love myself. Working on it, deepening into it. So what do you encounter? What deep wounds, deep phrases do you encounter when you dive into self-love? Yeah. So grab your tins and off we go. So nice. So come lie on the floor today. So land, arrive, settle. Find your breath, unpack your shoulders. So I haven't explained how to do that in a while. So unpacking your shoulders is where you lift your right elbow and pull your right elbow up towards the ceiling until you feel the muscles and the skin just beside your spine pulling upwards. And then you drop your shoulder, drop your elbow, drop your arm, and it's much deeper on the floor. And then lift your left elbow deeply towards the ceiling, drop your shoulder, drop your upper arm, elbow, forearm. Nice. And then just rock your pelvis, like walk it out a little bit. Maybe walk it down and away from you. Maybe tuck your chin, rock your head, wiggle your toes, lift your heels. Now I feel like I'm landing, connecting to the floor. I'm like, oh, I'm connecting with intention rather than having just thrown myself down. Nice. So from here, flatten your lower back into the floor and then arching into lower back. Flatten it down, arching. Flatten it down, arching. Flatten it down, arching. And then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis, rolling deeply in a circle. And just feel like it's like, wow, so cool. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Keep your arms out. Actually, bring your arms more out even, so they're out into a T. You can either have your elbows bent or your arms straight. And then rock your knees a little bit over towards the right until you get to the point where you'd have to use a lot more effort to go further. Pause before you go into deep effort. And then come back to center. And then over to the other side. So if I was to go further, I'd have to really brace my elbow and I'd be working really hard. But instead, I'm just finding what is the range of motion that happens without effort. And just feel that as you rock your knees from side to side. What is the language of ease in your body rather than the language of effort? It's a bit like that idea of we're cultivating fluidity rather than rigidity if you move always into the effort and into the strain of your yoga practice because of some idea, oh, I better build my muscles or something, okay, which is a really good idea. But if you're cultivating effort and strain, then the experience that you're having is life is effort and strain. So instead, we're cultivating a long, incremental, joyful practice of wellness and ease. And draw your circle with your knees. And as you do so, get a feeling of, yeah, there's something very skipping, kind of. It's like skipping. And then roll in the other direction. Ease. How do you cultivate and practice fluidity and ease? How do you tell your body that life is a life of ease and okayness? Stretch your legs up, finding ease, bend your knees. Stretch your legs up, finding ease, bend your knees. Stretch your legs up. As I stretch my legs up, I send my heels high. And as I bend my knees, I point my toes. Send your heels up, bend your knees. Send your heels up, bend your knees. Nice. So stretch your right leg long and bring your left toes to the floor. And then change. Stretch your left leg long and bring your right toes to the floor. So there's this sense of reaching one leg and bending the other. If you want, you can straighten your long leg above the floor if you wish, if that feels comfortable, or keep your knee bent. If you're straightening, you extend it out over the floor rather than drop it straightening. There's something about that growing of your leg, the extension of your leg. That's just a really powerful action that I really want to acknowledge. There's this sense of fluidity and strength to the extension of your leg. So stretch one leg, drop the other. Stretch one leg, drop the other. Nice. So bring the soles of your feet together, reach down and pull your feet towards your belly. Pause. So with your breath, deepen your breath into your inner thighs, deepen your breath into anywhere that feels like it's working at trying to relax. So right now, when I listen in, my inner thighs, the deep groins, my lower back are all going, oh, how do I soften into this? How do I expand? How do I really deepen into this without effort or strain? And there's something in my belly that softens. There's something in my chest that softens. There's a deep sense of softening into my face. My breath is really smoothly and expansively connecting me to now. Nice. And I feel my lower back beginning to really drop. Sense of lengthening through the hips, lengthening through the inner thighs. Yeah, really just deepening. So using your breath, softening different places and sharing that softness with your legs. No part of you is separate from any other part of you. So you can share sensations between different parts. It's a bit like if there was loads of different people at the table and some people had desserts and some people had starters, you can swap. So same thing here. If I really soften my face, I can share that softness with my belly. If I really soften my face, I can share that softness with my breath, with my jaw, my neck, my shoulders. So feel, how do you share your softness with different parts? How do you expand and deepen into softness? Nice. Bring your feet to the floor and then just begin to roll up and down along your spine. So we have a similar technique called shuttling or resources. So resources is where you find your wellness. So right now, as you move up and down, so for me, there's this really juicy feeling in my feet right now. From where my hands were holding my feet, I can feel a sense of coolness, but also a warmth and a juiciness. So as you roll up and down along your spine, find the layer of you that is inhabiting wellness or expressing wellness. Let it be really mundane. It could be your elbows, it could be the back of your head, could be your face, could be your belly, could be your feet. Just see. And just feel into that layer of wellness as you roll up and down along your spine. Really connecting to it, deepening into it. Nice. And then as you roll up, pause on the up. And so when you're up and you pause, there is an intensity that will begin to emerge because we've added the stress of time to something. So no matter how easy the range is or how well you are, staying in something for an hour is really, really tiring. So we're not going to stay for an hour. But as you pause here, so for me, there's like my shoulders feel like, oh, I can feel the weight of my body on my shoulders. I can feel my bum working. I can feel my knees working. I can feel my thighs working. So I'm going to shuttle with these sensations. So I'm going to come back again to my feet, that sense of deep wellness in my feet. And then I'm going to notice my knees. And then I'm going to focus on my feet, noticing the wellness of my feet, the sense of resource. And I'm going to focus on my knees. Feet, knees, feet, knees. Super. Roll all the way down. Come all the way up into your downward dog. So rolling over, hands to the floor, pulling back, downward dog. And just pause. So same thing again, find your wellness here. Oh, my shoulders feel amazing. They feel like they changed with their relationship of lying on the floor, being really unpacked and widened. And now as I pull into my downward dog, I can feel a sense of length through my shoulders. So for you, where is your wellness right now? Notice the place that's working. So I feel my thumbs are working. Just the pressure into my hands is just telling me about how my hands are feeling right now. So I'm going to go shoulders, hands, shoulders, hands. What is your shuttling? Where do you go from? From your wellness to some place that's working a little bit more? And really sharing that sense of softness or resource or wellness as you pause here. Super duper. Both knees to the floor. Great. I'm not following my plan at all. I've gone off. Take your right hand, dive it under, bring your right shoulder to the floor. And just pause there. The right side of my head is on the floor, my right shoulder is long, and the left arm is like scaffolding. So I'm strong into the left arm because that's supporting my shoulder to spiral and pull backwards. Just breathe into your shoulders as you do this. Nice. Other side, both hands to the floor. Dive with your left arm under your right and pause. Again, my right arm is really strong, elbows above my hand. Shoulder is strong because I'm pulling my right shoulder backwards rather than it falling downwards. So backwards gives me length in my rib cage on the right and the spiral twist in my torso. Nice. Come back up to center. So we're going to do a little bit of a roundy flow. So round your back, sit your bum back. Arch your back, travel forward. So the traveling forward, you can either bend your elbows and travel low to the floor, or you can keep your arms straight and travel higher. If you're bending your elbows and traveling forward, If your elbows and shoulders feel comfortable with that, great. If you find your elbows are going, oh, I don't really like that, then keep your arms straight. So either arms straight with your arch back as you travel forward. Round your back deeply, sit back. Arching your back, traveling forward. Rounding your back, sit your bum back. Arching your back, traveling forward. Nice, one more time. Round your back, sit your bum back. Arching your back, traveling forward. We're going to go the other direction. As you travel back, arch your back as you travel back. Round your back as you travel forward. As you travel back, you can have your elbows bent or your arms straight. Decide what suits your body. But the main thing is that as you travel forward, your back is rounded. As you travel back, your back is arching. Rounded as you travel forward. Arching as you travel back. Rounding, traveling forward. Arching, traveling back. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Pause. Super duper. Super. Drop your knees to the floor. Step your right foot between your two hands. If you don't have your tins handy, then organize that your tins are close. And bring your tins either side of that right foot. And then rest your weight deeply onto that right leg and hold on to your two tins in your hands. And then pull your right elbow back into lawnmower and bring it to the floor. Pull your left elbow back into lawnmower. Bring it to the floor. Both arms, back, floor, back, floor. Nice. Round your back, traveling up. So now you have your whoop. Sorry, my hair's all over the place. You have your two elbows bent, your tins are in your hands. So forward, both hands, and then pull both elbows back into lawnmower. And lawnmower, you pull your elbows as far back as you can. Forward, back, forward, back. Nice. So both the elbows are bent, they're in neutral. And then sweep your left hand across into elephant. So that's where you reach your arm forward, turn your tin upside down, and then sweep your left arm across the side of your head. Come back, turn your tin the right way around, and then we're going to do the right. So sweep your right arm forward, turn your tin upside down, and sweep your right arm across, and then come back, center. One more time each side. Left arm across, elephant, back, right arm across, elephant, and back. Nice. Both hands to the floor, stretch your back leg. Nice. And then just straighten out the front leg, bend your back knee, touch. Straighten out the front leg, bend your back knee, touch. Cool. Turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. No, left side of your mat. And we'll just do simple water whooshing. So bring your left elbow to your left knee, drag your hand along the floor, and reach towards the left with your right hand. Both elbows, both knees. Bring your right elbow to your knee, left hand to the floor, and then across to the right. So I'm walking my toes like windscreen wipers as I travel, water whooshing one way, water whooshing the other way. As always, you can come into ultimate water whooshing, is where you lift up and just see how your spine feels about that. As always, you can do it without any contact to your knees. Which version of water whooshing do you want to come into? One more time each side. Super duper. Come all the way back, downward dog. Stepping back, pull back. Oh, my feet really liked the water whooshing. Very nice. Interesting. Nice. Drop both knees to the floor. Step your left foot forward between your two hands. Oh, I'm going to go a bit over time. I'm so sorry. So both hands underneath your shoulders. Hold on to your tins. Pull your left elbow back. Down. Pull your right elbow back. Down. Both elbows back. Lawnmower. Down. Both elbows back. Lawnmower. Down. Round your back. Rise up. Both elbows are bent. Both arms forward. Pull both elbows back, deeply back into lawnmower. Both arms forward. And both arms back. And again, one more time. Forward. Back. Cool. Come to neutral. We're going to reach the right arm first. So turn your tin upside down. Sweep across into elephant. Come back. Left hand upside down. Beside your eye. Back. One more time each side. Right arm. Left arm. Super cool. Come sit on your mat. All the way down. Oh, we didn't stretch out that leg. You'll be okay. Rub your knees. And then do the squish. So start at your thighs and whoosh down along your legs. Whoosh. And as you do it, see how deeply can you feel your hands on your legs. So not only are you touching your legs, but you're experiencing contact on your legs. So can you be the giver and the receiver of this contact? No, squish. Squish. How far down, as far as your toes, can you reach? Squish. Nice. Twist towards the right, deeply. Get tall. Try and look down the road. Have that sense of, oh, I gotta look. Gonna lean upwards a little bit to look. Come back. And then the other side. How deeply can you see towards the left? Get taller, wider, more open, more graceful, more expansive, more you. How deeply can you inhabit this moment and express all of you right now? Awesome. Lie on the floor. Come all the way down. So land on the floor, knees bent, or with your legs straight, or soles of your feet together, your knees apart. And just pause. Oh, that deep sense of, as I land, what are the sensations that I feel? What parts of me express work or effort or relaxation right now? How do I drop and sink into rest? It's that amazing thing where, you know, it's not about doing more. It's about how deeply do I rest between what I do? How deeply can I actually pause and be present in this moment? Inhabit now, be now, and do it through sensations, through breath. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And so there's another glimpse of promises. Promises you keep to yourself, intentions, be true to your word, sense of integrity, a certain nobility to it that I'm really aspiring to cultivate in my own life. Yeah, thanks for being here. It's always so inspiring. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, great, lovely. Day 5. Wow, we're almost at the end of self-love. Nice. Ciao, ciao, Slán.